Hello, LinkedIn friends. This is Vivek Kuchibatla from BFC Ideas. And today I'd like to talk to you about four things that marketers unknowingly do and that will affect agency performance. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to lay out the four things, the four behaviors. I'm going to describe the agency reaction, and I'm going to tell you how it affects you. The first behavior is threatening the agency. Now, there's different ways to do this. You can literally shout at them, that would be verbal intimidation, or you could do it in a more passive aggressive manner, which would be something along the lines of, the other agency would be happy to do it if you don't want to. This is actually something that was said to me by one of my clients many years ago. And then there's the more formal way of doing it, filing a formal call to the agency managing director, or even a formal complaint, putting the agency on notice and putting it in writing. How is the agency going to react to this? Well, the first thing is they're going to be terrified. They are going to start worrying about losing the account. So they will do everything possible not to lose the account. What are some of those behaviors? They will become yes men. They will stop arguing with you and they will basically do whatever it is you want them to do. But this is going to lead to very bland, predictable work. It's almost like you, the marketer, have now become the creative director at the agency and you're dictating ideas, which is not ideal. Eventually, there's going to be a talent drain. People at the agency do not want to work under these conditions. So the good people are going to ask off your account. The managing director, fearing that the account is soon to be lost, will stop investing in the account and the agency will start planning for the day after the account is lost. How are they going to replace your business? Maybe they'll start sniffing around in new business in your category, but their focus will be elsewhere. You will no longer be the first focus for them. This is not good for you. So don't threaten them. The second behavior that'll affect the agency is what I like to call squeezing them. And this is all about compensation. It's all about squeezing every last cent out of the agency fee. And it can also be not providing any upside whatsoever for a job well done. Now, what's the reaction to this? Well, the agency is a business. Just like you run a business, the agency has a business. They have to hit profit numbers. How will they hit their profit numbers? They're going to reduce resources on your business. What does that mean? It'll mean more junior people who cost less, or it'll be less time spent on your business by the senior people who are more expensive. But at the end of the day, all of this is going to affect the quality of the output that you receive. So when you squeeze the agency, you are literally being penny wise and pound foolish. You are saving a little money, but you're putting your whole marketing budget at risk by doing this. The third behavior that you should avoid is what I like to call delegating the agency. And this is turning the most junior marketing person into the point man with the agency. Why is this a problem? Because the most junior person, by definition, lacks experience and he lacks the ability to say yes, to actually approve anything. But being a client and managing the agency, he does have the ability to say no to things. So he can actually um, slow things down, send the agency into a rework spiral, and generally not add any value to the process. How does the agency react to this? Well, you're dealing with senior people who have been there and done that. And when they're forced to deal with people that they consider to be junior, there's a lot of frustration involved. So the good talent will ask off the business. There will be a lot of rework, there'll be a lot of churn, and eventually the quality of the output that the agency produces for you will decline. So, not a good idea to delegate the agency. And the fourth behavior that you should avoid at all costs, I like to call it compressing the agency. What does this mean? Well, I'm talking about timelines specifically, and sometimes budgets. And what compressing the agency means here is taking internal delays that exist within your own bureaucracy and passing them on to the agency without altering deliverables. Let me give you an example. You have 4 weeks to deliver a project. The first week involves internal approvals, and the last 3 weeks are the agency actually working on the project. Turns out that internal approvals took 2.5 weeks. So now it's the agency's responsibility to produce the same quality of work, not in the original 3 weeks, but in a week and a half. So you've changed the conditions of the project, um, and this has a terrible reaction from the agency because now they'll start doing scramble drills. They won't be able to stick to the guardrails that they've developed to make sure that quality doesn't suffer, and bad things can happen. There may be a significant problem, a quality hit, and there'll certainly be a lot of frustration along the way. And again, the good people, the senior people at the agency will ask off your account. So even if this project is not affected in the future, you'll be dealing with people who are not as experienced. So, those are the four things you should avoid: threatening, squeezing, delegating, and compressing. And if your agency is not performing well, before making any moves on the agency, make sure you look inwards and make sure that you're not making any or all of these mistakes. Because if you are and you change the agency, the problems will not go away. Thank you very much for listening to me. Um, if you'd like to learn more about the training programs we have for marketers, or the training programs we have for agencies, or how we can help marketers and agencies work more efficiently together, please drop me a line or visit www.bfcideas.com. Thank you very much, and I will speak with you soon.